Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come to part ways with an old friend on this channel. The beard is gone, ladies and gentlemen, and as you noticed, the mustache stays. I was shaving my beard today. I just felt right. I was just like, I'm done with this. And the mustache was left, and I was like, you know what? I'm keeping it. So let me know down in the comments below. Actually, like the video. If you want to keep the mustache, Cubs fan stash, hit like on this video. And if we get over 1,000 likes, I will ask my wife very nicely to let me keep it. Although, I'm fairly confident she's going to shave this thing in my sleep tonight. We've got a top 25 to get to, ladies and gentlemen. My pollsters have been at it as usual and been kind of a slow month. Things are starting to pick up, but there are some notable changes on the top 25 list this month, and so I'm excited to get to it. Now, for anyone who doesn't know how this list works, we are going to be considering every single character in the game at their best, assuming they're in the best possible lineup. No reason to consider how Padme works with Sith, for example, because Padme is going to be in a Galactic Republic team, or the same thing with Darth Revan, etc. We're just considering who are the best all-around characters in the game for all game modes, and I've got a group of about 50 pollsters who vote on this list every single month, and we average out their votes, and that is how we get the list. And so, without any further ado, let's get to the August 2019 top 25 list. And yes, I realize I'm giving this to you in September, but it's the August list. All right. Coming in our number 25 spot, we've got R2-D2, who is at his lowest point in this poll that I can remember. He was at 23 last month, and he is the very last character in this game. R2-D2 used to be very, very high on this list, and so seeing him all the way down here, I mean, it makes sense based on the current state of the game, but kind of sad seeing him take this much of a plunge. Darth Sion is another. He's in at number 24. He was at 20 last month, and so he's fallen several spots. HK47 is down to 23. We'll talk about that in a bit. Bosk is in at 22. He stayed the same. Basil also stayed the same. Light side version at 21. BB-8 on a bit of a rise from 21 up to 20. Anakin has a nice jump, 5 spots from rank 24 all the way up into the top 20 at rank 19. Amphis Nest is in at number 18, 17 last month. A little bit of a drop for Nest, but not much. Nihilus, kind of the same story, down from 16. And this makes a bit of sense because we got Brood Alpha, who jumped them. Brood Alpha was in at number 18 last month, and so we've just increased the priority here on Brood Alpha, which makes a lot of sense in at number 16. All right, so picking apart this list, I've already talked a little bit about R2-D2, seen him in the last spot on the list. It makes sense to me, but it's kind of sad just because I feel like R2-D2, man, he's just been such a trusty character for such a long time. He's still so solid, and something to think about. I mean, when you look at this top 25, you basically have five full teams here, right? And that's when you look at Grand Arena, for example, you need way more than 5 teams. And so R2-D2, to me, I think about it, well, R2-D2, I'm using him on my JTR team all of the time. I can't live without him. I've got to have him for my JTR team. Well, the JTR team is one of, 10 plus teams that I need for my Grand Arena. And so being in the top 25, the longer we play this game, there's no disservice to R2-D2 here. He's still in the top 25. It's great to see him there. Combat analysis and number crunch, still some of the best Zetas in the game. Darth Sion kind of makes sense to me, but HK47 I struggle a bit with. I feel like HK47's better than this. Even in raids, he can deal some pretty intense damage in raids. He's definitely a good Grand Arena character. He's got, he's in the best meta team in the game right now for Squad Arena and for Grand Arena. And so I'm curious. Let me know down in the comments, what would your guys' explanation be for HK47? I mean, I don't think he's a top 5 character, but I think he's top 15 minimum. I believe him to be a top 15 character. So I'm curious, what possible explanations could there be for HK47 being this low on the list? Let me know in the comments below. My boy Anakin, Annie, the chosen one, up to number 19. I love this. I think this is a little bit late. Maybe people are just starting to have him more farmed up, and so they're respecting it a bit more now. I don't know. I don't think there's not really much that's changed per se. Maybe just more people have him at gear 13 now, and they're just seeing the crazy damage output that he can do. But Anakin definitely deserves that jump. I feel like Anakin is just about right. And then the last character I want to talk about in here, I'm not going to digest all of them, but Brood Alpha. Look, the more and more that I face bugs, the more I'm respecting them as one of the best defensive teams in this game. I mean, yeah, Traya is a very hard counter to the bugs, but I've just had stuff go wrong so much when I try to undersize squat it. And I just, you know what? If it's bringing out a Traya team, it's pretty solid. It's pretty solid on D, and I mean, there's just so much use for him right now, obviously for territory battles, so the need to have him is higher than a lot of squads right now, so very, very solid in at number 16, Geonosis and Brood Alpha. I think that makes a ton of sense. All right, breaking down the next group of 5, we have got Rey Jedi Training in at number 15. General Kenobi is up at number 14. He actually jumped a spot. Him and Rey just swapped spots, actually, so probably doesn't mean much. It's probably just the way the votes shook out this month. Han Solo stayed the same, 13. Traya down from number 10 to number 12, one of her lowest spots ever. And C-3PO in at number 11. Now let's break down the next group. We've got Chewbacca in at number 10. Grandmaster Yoda is at number 9. We got CLS at number 8. Thrawn is down to number 7 this month. And Padme had a bit of a surge up to number 6. Just shy of the top 5. Now, out of this group, the number one thing that surprises me, that continues to surprise me, I feel like C-3PO is a bit overrated. I don't think C-3PO is a top 11 character. I think he's probably more in the range of 16 to 20, somewhere around there, me personally. He's very solid, but there's a lot of characters I would personally place above him on this list, especially the characters that are around him. And so I'm curious, again, let me know if you guys think this is right. What are your explanations for why C-3PO would be that high? But Padme, on the other hand, I really like seeing Padme surging on this list a bit, especially because we're seeing Padme have some actual solid practical use with clones. She's got a little more versatility now, right? She's working well with clones. She's working well with the traditional Galactic Republic team. She can take out the top meta teams in the game. She's a really good wild card. What I love about Padme, she's a great wild card. I love having her in my back pocket, and I don't really have a specific team that I'm planning on using her for. But when that one team comes up in Grand Arena, I'm like, I'm not sure what to do with this. A lot of the time, Padme's going to work on that team. And so I think there's a ton of use for her. And I also think future meta, now this list doesn't predict what the next meta is going to be, but Padme, there's a good chance she's going to have future meta implications as well. And so I think it makes sense to see her on the rise. All right, getting to the top 5 to round this out. Number 5, we got Bastila Shan Fallen. Number 4 is General Grievous. How about that? Up to the top 4, my boy General Grievous. Arnold is not going to be disappointed. Number 3 is Jedi Knight Revan. Malik is in at number 2, and Darth Revan in at number 1. Now, I've said this several months in a row, and so I'm just going to say it again just because I feel like I'm obliged to now. Darth Revan is not the number 1 character in this game, in my opinion. I think it's Darth Malik. I think that we get a little bit hung up on this list maybe with the leader ability. Perhaps. It seems like, Jedi Revan was the number 1 for a long time, and I think that might have been earned, but Malik feels like the best character in the game to me personally. He's the biggest difference maker on that team. Before we had Malik, that team was not meta. You take Malik out of a Darth Revan team, no matter how good it is, and the team is just not going to do the rest of it. To me, Malik is what is terrifying about the meta right now. It's not. Darth Revan is important, and the leader ability definitely gels it and brings it all together and drives it home. But Malik is what terrifies me on that team. So for me, Malik is where I would place the number 1 character in this game. But I love seeing General Grievous still climbing on this list. It's tough to climb in the top 5. And I don't think much has changed other than the awareness of how devastating General Grievous can be is intense. I mean, I showed footage. I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to put it on this reel. I'll try to time it to where it's around here. But recently went up against an arena team that wasn't even utilizing General Grievous's leader ability. It was using IG-88, which we've seen this team before. It's been around for a while, but I've never faced it on defense, and this team nearly beat my Darth Revan team. I won by the skin of my teeth. It was just amazing how well these General Grievous teams can do and how much damage he can do now with Gear 13. He's just an absolute animal, Gear 13. General Grievous benefited more than anybody from the Gear 13 increase, and he's an absolutely essential character, a great defensive character to have in territory wars and territory battles, in Grand Arena. He's great in territory battles. If you save him for offense in Grand Arena / Territory Wars, he's going to be able to take out just about anything for you, even a lot of Darth Revan teams if you have him modded right. And so I love seeing him up here. Finally, a fan favorite, a character that we've loved so much. We've been able to really experience and enjoy at his best. He might not be the top meta character, but look, probably second or third best team in the game right now is a General Grievous team, in my opinion. All right, my friends, let me know what you think about the list down in the comments below. Again, this is not my list. This is the pollsters list. We've got 50 experts on my server. If you would like to be a pollster and vote on this list every single month, go ahead and join my Discord server. Link is down in the description below, and let one of our server moderators know, and we will we're actually going to look into expanding just a bit here this month, and I would love to hear what your opinions on this list are down in the comments below. And as always, my brothers, don't forget,
my dead body. Sorry about the mess.